welcome to another video. My name is Claudio and this is CryptoChain, and joining me today is Erhan from EAK Digital, who's the organizer of the Blockdown Festival. I have participated myself in the Blockdown Festival in Croatia last year. It was an awesome event, yacht parties with music. I think you had barbecue as well, but I think I must have missed that. I was like on the last day, if I'm not mistaken. But Erhan, thank you for coming on, and he's here to talk about the upcoming Blockdown Festival, which is going to be in
July 10th, July 12th. So we're about a month away now.
And where is it going to be? Where's the awesome location? Tell us.
It's in the Algarve in Portugal, which I think you're quite happy about. It's a lot closer to, where you are. But yeah, like last year we did it in Croatia, and obviously, it was great, to see you there, and a lot of the Polkadot and, Dot Sama community was with us as well. This year we decided to upgrade, I would say, to Portugal because, it's a much bigger crypto community there than there is in Croatia, to be honest. Yeah. But we've also kept the DNA of what Blockdown's about in terms of choosing a beautiful location, having amazing activities, keeping the festival format, actually improving on that this time around, which I guess we'll talk about a bit later. And July 10th to 12th in the Algarve in Portugal, which is the first, I think, major Web3 event in that region, in the Algarve.
Awesome. And what type of tickets are you selling at the moment?
So we have 3 levels of tickets, like general admission, and then we call them rare tickets, and then like legendary tickets. The main differences are, obviously the legendary tickets are the best tickets. So they get you like VIP access to like every single area. They also get you on the Bored Ape yacht party, which is happening, which is only 120 people strong, and that will have all the VIPs and speakers on there as well. So that's obviously a really exciting boat to be on for those that haven't had a Bored Ape experience before. And then the rare tickets also get you a boat party, but it's not the Bored Ape one, but it's still a good party. It actually gets you to all the Benagil cave, if you're aware of that, in the Algarve coast, beautiful cave. Yeah. And it also gets you, like food, VIP lunches, access to VIP areas. General admission is just general admission, what you'd expect.
And let's talk about the capacity at the festival. How many people do you reckon can actually join? Like, what's the maximum capacity you can have there?
So we chose the largest outdoor entertainment space in the whole of Portugal, as you do. Wow. And so we really wanted to give it that kind of festival feel. So we chose a nightclub called Lick and Bliss. We put them together. Now, I didn't call it Lick, trust me, it wasn't it's still called that now. And they host really big names, like Marshmello and all of these like big DJs in the past. And basically we're combining Lick and Bliss together, which are 2 nightclubs. And so our actual maximum capacity is 6,000 people. Wow. Now, obviously, we know we're in a bear market. We're not going to get 6,000 people to the event this year, but next year, maybe 2025, I would hope so. I would say probably this year we're aiming for around 2,000 people. It's great because last year we were in like a resort, right? And it was very spread out. Whereas this time, because we're in a outdoor but enclosed kind of compound, we're in one spot, and we can, there's nobody going to be coming from other areas. Everyone there is obviously going to be from the festival. We can be as creative as we like. There's lots of different realms and different zones, which I'm happy to tell you more about. And because it's an outdoor venue, like a nightclub venue, we can go all night kind of thing. Where I think in Croatia, we had to shut it down pretty early because of the resort is a hotel there. Yeah.
Which speaker are you most excited about?
You know what? Honestly, this year I'm more excited. I know this sounds a bit weird, but I'm more excited about the Web2 speakers because obviously there's been a huge rush of crypto NFT projects and metaverse projects trying to work with brands. And this year we have like PSG, football club, come in to talk about their entry into Web3, which I think is very interesting. We have McLaren Formula One racing. Again, I used to be a big Formula One fan when I was growing up, and I used to support McLaren, so it's really cool to have them there. We also have some big fashion brands like I believe Gucci and Tommy Hilfiger are coming, and a number of others. And so I think that kind of shows where we are really in the inflection point of Web3 in terms of we're actually built things that are ready to be adopted by mainstream brands, which I think is great, because if you'd have said that in 2017 we were organizing events, there's no way they would have even come to it, Yeah. And then obviously from the Web3 perspective, we have the CEO of Animoca Brands, Robbie Young, who I think is obviously a great speaker. The amount they're doing in the space is just ridiculous. We have some great VCs coming for anyone who wants to meet VCs. We have Bankless Ventures, we have Cypher Capital, the biggest VCs in UAE. Sora Ventures, a big fund in Asia. And you have Delphi Digital. I'm sure you come across them before, coming along too. And yeah, so like I believe there's a lot of layer ones coming as well, like Sui and a few others that we're just
Sui.
confirming now. Yeah, Sui. And
Okay, that's
so
interesting.
yeah, but you know what? It's going to be a real mix of people. Because basically, I guess I'll frame it this way: Blockdown Festival is the intersection of Web3 and culture. So we're really focused on music, sports, fashion, arts, entertainment. Um, and so basically, we've got some strategic partnerships, like for example, with the Metaverse Fashion Council. We're going to have a live metaverse fashion show with a catwalk, like on the main stage, with real models, metaverse inspired fashion with real fashion designers, and that's going to be really interesting. And they are the guys that organize Metaverse Fashion Week, for those that know that. And we're also going to be having like an AI competition, a fashion AI competition, which is a world's first. So basically, it's called Style AI has got talent. So Style AI is the AI that Metaverse Fashion Council have just built, which is basically an AI that you can prompt to build you a digital fashion garment based on the prompt that you give it. And so we're going to have a live competition, which anyone can join, any attendee can join, and go on the stage and prompt with a microphone, the AI, and the huge screen behind you.
Yeah.
And basically that will provide you with a fashion garment, and we'll have like an America's Got Talent style judging panel from like real fashionistas, and we'll do that through regular interviews throughout the content, and ultimately have a winner. So for that, the fashion is pretty cool, but also in the music, we partnered with a company called Token Tracks, which is a big Web3 music project. And we have like an outdoor garden stage where we're going to have live music from like successful Web3, native musicians that have done well in the space over the last couple of years, as well as talk about how music has been disrupting Web3, etc. We have the likes of Warner Music Group as well coming as well. I'm also speaking to likes of Spotify and things like that to see like if they will be up for coming. Now I'm sure they get a lot of heat, Spotify, from the Web3 people, considering they
Yeah.
don't exactly royalties very well, but that's interesting, isn't it? That's what you want to hear. You want to be able to give it to the big Web2 projects as well, and ask them why they're ripping off artists, basically.
Yeah.
And then, again, from sports, we have McLaren, as I said, and PSG, and a number of other sporting projects come in as well. And yeah, so, like in terms of the content, I'm quite happy with where it is. I think it's going to attract a lot of kind of mainstream people as well, maybe that also like are just getting into crypto or have an interest in crypto but are not crazy about it, which I think is interesting because it gives potential attendees, sponsors, brands, and speakers a chance to attack a different market as opposed to people that are just knee deep in the space.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you've done the right thing now, because I've noticed that like in the recent conferences and events, there's a lot of talk about bringing Web2 people on board, ultimately connect Web2 to Web3. I think that's the end goal, right? That's what every single founder wants to see eventually. But let's talk about the actual motto. So I know that in Croatia, when you organized it last year, it was like the NFT motto, right? Because there were a lot of speakers related to NFT. I know you had artists that were promoting their art in the hallway as well. So what's it going to be this year?
Yeah, so again, in terms of like NFTs and art, we're going to have, the thing is that we've been to a lot of events, and the NFT gallery these days, it's just almost like you put something up there and you look at it for 5 seconds and it's the same the whole time. And
Yeah.
I've been thinking about how do we like change that, because it's just a waste of space, honestly, and it's not really, doesn't really help the artist. So we have an area which is like a down the stairs nightclub, so it's covered, and we're calling it the multiverse, and because it's all covered in like LED lights, it's quite immersive. And basically we're going to have a gallery down there where every 2 to 3 hours we're going to change what's on the screen, and we're going to show different NFT artists and different fashion designers, digital fashion designers, of course. So every 2 or 3 hours, so we'll have a lineup on each side of like fashion designers and NFT artists, and basically the idea is that those artists are actually there. They're not just showing it and sitting in their home 10 hours away. So like so people can discover new artists. They can meet them, they can talk to them, they can ask what inspired them to create this collection, how do we collaborate in the future, what do you think is coming next. So we're going to have like small breakout intimate areas where you can like actually get to know the artist, and they're actually going to be there, and then we'll change it up, just like you'd imagine like a festival lineup of musicians, for example, but for the gallery section. So the gallery, or the multiverse, becomes a kind of community hub that consistently has a reason to go back to it, and that hopefully I believe that will create a much more satisfying experience for people that want to explore new artists, instead of just a static image for 2-3 days that doesn't change and the artist is never there.
Wow, that's interesting. Sounds like it's there's going to be a lot of cool stuff this time around. I mean, it's improving each time, isn't it? Because I think if I'm not mistaken, the very first one was organized virtually, wasn't it, during the pandemic?
Yeah.
And that
I
hence
mean,
why you came
we
up
did
with the name,
six.
right?
Yeah, so we did 6 virtual events. It wasn't just one over the pandemic period over like 12, 15 months. And so
Yeah.
that's the name. People are probably wondering why is it called Blockdown? We always want the price to go up. It should be block up, but like it's actually like lockdown and blockchain in one, Blockdown. And so that's why we created the festival format. That's why we're trying to make our events actually fun to attend. That's why we're focused on things that are interesting to most people. Most people
Yeah.
are interested in one of the 6 things that I mentioned. Of course, like regulation and institutional adoption and things of that nature, which are more they're important, but a lot of people find them a little bit more boring to listen to, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
I agree.
And so you can do that at Consensus, you can do that in these events, that's fine. But our event, we want to focus on things that are actually exciting, that like helping the creator economy evolve and grow. And I believe that will give it a real kind of festival format. It would be very strange for us to kind of have like big banks and big regulators at Blockdown Festival, because that's not what we're about. And we've actually had some applications for that. We've turned them down because we're trying to stay true to our spirit. And like you said, everyone's trying to work with brands now, and everyone's trying to onboard mainstream users. So it's important for us as an event to have a concept that will not only attract the people in the industry, but also attract people outside of the industry that would like to learn more and want to maybe see the DJs, or maybe check out the PSG or the McLaren because they're big football fans or Formula One fans.
Yeah.
Because that's our way of contributing to the industry, by actually getting more people involved, and also choosing it in the Algarve is obviously one of the top European destinations for a summer holiday too. So we can get people that are just on holiday there. So yeah, it should be good.
Absolutely. And the weather should be really good. Hopefully we're not going to see rain, we did get some rain here in southern Spain as well recently. So let's just hope
it's raining here today in Lisbon. So I'm in Lisbon today right now, and there's actually a sandbox and Party Degenerates party, a beach party, but it's been raining, and I think it's going to rain all day. So another reason of choosing Algarve is that it pretty much never rains in the summer. I'd be shocked if it did. And don't forget, we also have, like, again, if you remember last year in Croatia, we had those amazing boat parties that everyone really loved. So this year we have a Bored Ape yacht party. So that's obviously a big upgrade on last year. So it's a fully branded Bored Ape boat. It's, we have the DJ Ape with the whole DJ head and everything that, deadmau5 kind of has. We have like Mutant Ape and beer, branded beer. We have all of the kind of merchandise that comes with that. There's actually 2 ape collectives that are coming together. There's one called Ape Rave Club, and the guy who DJs for that Ape Rave Club, who's obviously a Bored Ape, he's actually DJed at Tomorrowland and some big events in his ape outfit, or so to speak. So that's going to be really, really great and interesting. And we're also speaking to D-Gods as well about doing a side event. So fingers crossed that comes through. But if you just check out the website, we'll keep you posted on the updates.
Absolutely, and that's the thing with Blockdown, isn't it? It's more of a laid back, hence why you call it a festival and not a conference, because it's about having fun while learning about Web3 and socializing with Web3 people. If you are coming from Web2, and then if you're just coming from Web3, that's awesome, because you already share a lot of similarities and you're familiar with a lot of the same things. So I think it's really awesome that you did that and you've come up with that idea. I do have one final question though, and that's in relation to what kind of content creators can we expect there? Because obviously, you are on a content creators channel, so I'm going to be there. Who else are you excited about coming up there?
So obviously we got the 2 Auckland Daily brothers, Austin and Aaron, who obviously two of the biggest content creators in the space. Very excited to have them with us. And then we have Box Mining. So Michael from Box Mining, obviously was massive in 2017. A great guy, still creating content. He's going to be speaking about Web3 gaming, so he's going to do a speech as well, which is exciting. We also have Crypto Busy. I'm not sure if you've heard of him, the UK YouTuber. And there's a number of others that are coming as well. I am speaking to Seth about various other influencers coming over from LA. But like those are the 3 alongside you that I'm most excited about coming. Yeah.
Sounds awesome. Cool. And I'm looking forward to meeting with them, meeting with you again, and with everyone else who's going to be there. Thank you, Erhan. I really appreciate it. And by the way, if you want to check out Blockdown, I'll be posting a link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comments. So just check it out, and then you can find all the information there with regards to the location, the ticket types, and all of that sort of stuff. Erhan, thank you for joining. I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Oh yeah, bye.